Just 2 days left. That's it. I don't know about the weather. I think there was a little bit of rain earlier today in Saratoga and maybe later on this afternoon, but I mean, they have 2 days left that they're going to be on the turf course unless if it gets dangerous in some way. There's nothing to save it for now. And with Kentucky Downs opening too, they definitely don't want to be scratching any horses because it's tough to compete with Kentucky Downs. It's good handicapping over there if you want to check that out. I'm sure you have. We'll get into a few races today, some decent results yesterday, so hopefully we keep the ball rolling here. I want to touch on 4 races kind of quickly today for different reasons. Race number 4 will be the first one. This is 6 furlong, non-one other than. I like this race. It's for the fillies. I think that the one horse Spin a Yarn, boy, this filly interests me a whole lot. You know, even though she's been running at Finger Lakes and you know, that's where she's done most of her winning. She's 7 for 9 lifetime, 1 second place finish, 1 out. That's amazing. Her 1 out was at Belmont where, I don't know, 6.5 furlongs, maybe just a little too much for her. 6 furlongs, I mean, she's definitely, she's tough. She's tough down here. I don't care that she's been running at Finger Lakes. She ran at Saratoga last year, right around this time, and she just missed. Like just missed to Officer Hutchie. That was a good race. That was a Stallion Stakes race too. So I think she's very intriguing, especially drawing the rail. Like she didn't need any help with her speed, but that helps. Charlie Baker, we've mentioned him briefly from time to time on this little show, if you want to call it that. Glass Ceiling he sends out today. Dylan Davis riding. There's a few, I know Joel Rosario's at Kentucky and Tyler Gaffleone has gone to Kentucky. So, you know, you're going to see a couple of different riders in different places. Lescano is not on this one again. He is riding the 4-horse Off We Go for Tom Amos. So a little bit of jockey shuffling going around. I don't mind Off We Go, although just the 1 win from 7 starts. I mean, she's honest enough. But I think Glass Ceiling to me completes the exactus. So I'm playing 1 and 3. In race number 4. I was considering the 6-horse a little bit too, Rivendell. Rivendell coming off of a bunch of turf races. I have no idea. Like, this would be a total guess. It always, you know, I always think I'm big on trainer intent. I mean, I trained horses for a ton of years. So I'm always looking at why they're, you know, why is Bill suddenly deciding that this Daughter of Lemon Drop kid wants to run on the dirt? She obviously trained well here, 1 minute and 2, so I think that might have something to do with it. Sometimes it's just giving it a chance. Try something different. If you're not winning doing one thing, try something different. That goes for us handicappers too, right? Race number 7, we'll turn over to that one. And this is a 5.5 furlong race for the 2-year-olds, a maiden allowance. Obviously, the 1-horse Classic Lynn should take a lot of money. I think that the race probably goes through her. She has experience, which, you know, in this race, she's like the only one. So that helps, unless there's a couple of AEs that have experience too. But the first start on turf, you know, some trainers do this, and I don't question this at all. I know Mark Cassey, when I used to talk to him here at Woodbine, he would start a young horse on the turf and then switch them to dirt because it tends to be a kinder surface. It's a more wide open surface. They can learn to race without being put in the pressure of going, you know, balls to the wall in a super fast sprint race on dirt. So Classic Lynn, I don't know that Joe Sharp employs that angle. It doesn't really appear like it, although he does have excellent stats going turf to dirt. Well, you know what? While we're here, why don't we just check that out? 2-year-olds going turf to dirt, and we'll see if this is anything that I haven't checked this yet, so we'll learn together, shall we? All right, turf to dirt, 2-year-olds only. Okay, so no, although the ROI is huge, so he obviously had a bomb somewhere along the way here. Yeah, there it is. At Churchill, had one score at 24-1. So he can do it. This isn't, you know, it's not a horrible stat. It's not an exciting stat. Joe Sharp's horses are running really, really well, though. The 2-horse Classy Edition of the first-time starters, this one should take a lot of money. Sold for $550 as a 2-year-old in training, so obviously the work was flashy enough. Another one I'm keying on, I'm a little against Summer Snow just because I want to be, just because I want to be that way. I do like that she's got a couple of 5 furlong works, but I'm actually a little bit more interested in the 7-horse Laochi at a bigger, much bigger price. I like this gate work of 101 and 1. And Chris Englehart, you know, the stats with 2-year-olds, first-time starters are dismal, but I'm not against her running somewhere in the top 3. We'll fly on over to race number 10, and this is a 1.16 miles. This is another nice allowance race here, and sorry, a mile. I'm on the right race here. Race number 10, yeah, 1.125 miles is what it is. So 9 furlongs. The 2, 3, and 4. The 2 Mystic Knight, likely to be the favorite, should be the favorite. If this horse isn't the favorite, like, go to the bank and get some money. I think Mystic Knight graduates. I don't care that this horse has gaps in the work, or in the, not in the works, but in the racing schedule, because that just is such a Chad Brown move. Again, I mentioned it yesterday, and it comes through again. These 61 to 180 layoffs are just huge with Chad, especially more so this season, it seems. So Mystic Knight looking to get the win at Saratoga. You know, these owners, it's Peter Brandt, and they love winning at Saratoga. It's such a status thing. I guess when you have all the money in the world, you gotta have something, right? The 3-horse Danny California Santana is riding so well right now. Danny California, this was a little rugged, right? Ran on August the 7th and right back on August the 11th. He still ran okay. The buyer regressed quite a bit. He should be dead fit now, and he's had a little spacing between his last start and today. So I am interested in Danny California. And the 3rd horse I'll play a little bit in there is the 4, excuse me, Thomas Shelby for Robertino Diodoro. Thomas Shelby, I don't know that he could win this race. You know, I'm not going to leave him out of the top spot, but for me, he's kind of like an underneath play. But he's just an ultra super consistent horse, and the start here at Saratoga was decent. I think he needed that 1.25 miles, so he's turning back in distance. He's getting onto a fast track, and, well, hopefully fast. I shouldn't say that because it might actually rain. So anyways, I do like Thomas Shelby a little bit in that 10th race as well. So 2, 3, and 4 for me there. One more race. The Spinaway, I'm not. I mean, we'll peek at it right while we're here. So yeah, it looks like one of these races where it's can they beat Echo Zulu? I mean, that figure seemed totally legitimate. There's been a little bit of activity for some of the ones that came out of that race. Lady Scarlet was able to win. Outfoxed, I mean, was able to win with a 78 buyer, and she won a stake race too, right? So she went to Gulfstream and won a stake by 13.5 lengths. I bet her this day. I thought I actually totally did. I thought that getting 7 to 5 on her was a complete and utter gift, and it was. She crushed. So that was interesting. This horse, rolling and controlling, went to a maiden claimer, but she finished so far back. Lady Scarlet did not run all that well in her subsequent start. What happened to her here? She got on the turf. She really didn't seem to like it. She was the favorite here too. Yeah, you remember that race? They went really fast up front, but boy, did she ever fold her tent. I don't know, maybe she's just not a turf horse. So yeah, anyways, I talked a lot about a race I wasn't really even going to look at. Echo Zulu looks like the tough one. Race number 12, this is a dash on the grass. The Inside Horse Veterans Beach. I like this horse. I think, I mean, he's a 5-year-old who's run 11 times, so I might be the only one in the world who likes him. They keep protecting him, so he is a homebred, and maybe Ms. Patricia just loves this horse. I mean, it's possible to be gelding, so just keep him. They like him. But since transferring to Christophe Clement, he's been okay, and there's some decent races here. I mean, he looks like he'll get his non-1. Today could be the day, and that's a healthy purse. You know, you win one of these, and yeah, these horses are nice to have around. It just looks like he's just going to be one of those that kind of shows up and pops in once in a while. I looked at Dr. Blute, the 4, for a while. I thought Dr. Blute had a decent run last time out. I didn't think the race completely worked out to his favor, but I thought that he did enough running there. And Jose is winning. Like, it's supposed to be Irad and Luis this weekend. It's like the Jose show all of a sudden. The 5-horse Scotty Brown, the 6 King Angelo. Those are the 2 that I like to team up with the 1. So 1, 5, and 6, maybe a little bit of 4. Scotty Brown for Wesley Ward. First time in his stable. Works are okay, like big gaps in works though, right? Ran early May and then worked May, came back a month later to work. That was like 2 weeks later, and then another 11 days, which isn't too bad. Gets a little bit more regular, and then all of a sudden you go from July the 31st to August. So the work pattern's totally disastrous. I mean, it's not, excuse me, it's not great. I'm not sure this horse could win this race. It must be Sunday. I can't even talk. But I'll put him underneath. The 7-horse King Angelo. He's got a ton of speed. King Angelo attracts Luis Saez again, who rode him here. I think this horse is he could come back and win right back. I mean, it's not easy to win your maiden and then come back and win because you're just facing horses who are usually a little bit more seasoned. What happens in those races, you win your maiden and then you move up, and the pace, the interior pace of the race becomes so much more challenging that what you were doing in your maiden just isn't good enough. They have to learn to run faster, and sometimes it takes them a start or two, unless if they're just so completely talented. And we do see that. We definitely do see that. So have a great day. That's Sunday. We will regroup on Labor Day, Monday, the last Saratoga card. So make some money today. We'll see you here tomorrow.